Welcome to the Manjean and Wolf Podcast. Ito na yung isa sa mga pinakamasayang episode natin. Kahit one of the early episodes at pangalawang guest natin. Sobrang swerte. Di pa rin ako mapaniwala, Manjean, na kasama natin ang isang icon.
Iconic.
Anong icon? Icon.
Wala na. Introduce natin.
Of course.
Introduce natin. Yung beat natin last time.
Alin
Yung kaibigan, yung ano. The one. The icon. Ay, ikaw na nga.
The icon.
The icon.
The legend.
The esports host / award-winning wedding host. The GOAT.
The shining light.
The shining light.
Shining light. Ang gago.
Bahala na kayo mag-comment. Mr. Eri Neeman.
What's up?
Ganda na sana nag-shining light pa kayo
Positive lang.
Hindi,
Positive. Positive.
We see you as mentor kasi.
Yes, sir.
That's really kind of you guys. Ba't nanggagago kayo? Ba't may itlog dyan?
No. Breakfast.
Breakfast.
Okay.
Breakfast, itlog lang?
I really wanted to know kasi hindi ko alam kung ano yung kasi breakfast. Actually, sinunod natin ito, breakfast. So, hindi ko alam kung ano yung preference mo sa egg. Like, do you want scrambled, boiled, sunny side? Meron pa eggs Benedict. Like, that's a good one.
Nag-Benedict ka pa?
Eggs Benedict, yeah.
But na-assume mo na itlog? Dami ng different types of breakfast. There's like bacon, there's sandwich, but itlog. Bakit? Sige, sagutin mo.
No, kasi Filipino kasi ganun.
Pinoy.
I grew up like
Itlog.
that.
Pinoy. Really?
Yun din kasi yung topic natin.
Itlog.
Itlog din ang topic natin.
Alis na ako.
Itlog din ang topic natin.
Ang topic natin,
Ayoko.
Childhood.
No, I grew up.
Childhood yan.
I grew up with, like, we're just like, my mom's preparing eggs, I wonder, how's your childhood, Eri? Like, how's your childhood like?
Napakatarantado ng segue. Itlog, how's your childhood like? Hindi ka ba magagago dun?
Ang wala lang dyan yung
Hindi ka ba
soft-boiled.
mainis?
Soft-boiled lang ang wala dyan.
Ay, hindi.
Malasado.
One of those. Isa hard-boiled.
I'll take these though.
Yun.
I like that. I like the boiled.
Yeah.
I've been doing like egg sandwiches lately.
Yun.
Yung parang mayo, tapos salt, pepper, diba? Tapos lagay mo sa sourdough bread.
Uy,
Sarap.
Bro, lagay mo ng konting paprika.
Man.
Tapos my wife is like, oh, good, you eat your siblings. Loko ko ng asawa.
This reminds me of one of my favorite shows is Hannibal. Alam mo yun? Like,
The cannibalism. Guys, konti na lang. Konti na lang. Kakumpisa pa lang natin, mag-walkout na ako. Sayang yung setup nyo. Ang ganda ng setup nyo. Nag-travel ka pa dito ng malayo, which I appreciate. Pero masasayang lang lahat pag pinagpatuloy.
Okay.
Huwag ka mag-alala ko,
Masasayang lang lahat, guys.
Lahat ng egg jokes ay dadating na lang. Wala kami po-force.
Yeah, we don't.
Dadating na lang.
Wala kayong force.
Wala
You
kami
ordered
force.
4 different types of eggs. Wala kayong force. Pinilit nyo to.
Yung hotel.
Binili mo yan.
Hotel yung nagsabi.
Like,
yung hotel yung nagsabi.
Meron ba tayong additional edits? Ayan.
Yan, sige. Sige.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Medyo nagkaka-strain na yung relationship natin, guys. Sinasabi ko lang, nagkaka-strain na. Nandito tayo dati, yung tinang bumababa. Sinasabi ko lang.
Saktong-sakto kasi. Kaya ako sinabing ito yung topic natin. Tingnan mo yung egg, may iba't iba siyang variations. Diba? May iba-iba siyang type ng luto. Diba? Na parang ikaw din. May iba't ibang luto. May iba't ibang versions. May iba't ibang reinvention. Dahil yun ang topic natin today.
Ang topic natin?
Ay reinvention.
Natawid mo eh.
Diba?
Oo.
Diba? Reinvention.
Sige.
Gagamitin ko sana ito eh. Iniisip ko na eh. Iniisip ko. Sa egg. Gagamitin ko. Depende sa pagsalita. Baka reinvention. Sabi ko. Binaba ko na eh. Sabi
So, for example, kung may hard-boiled egg, may host Eri. Kung may scrambled egg, may wedding host Eri. Meron ding sunny side up egg, meron ding husband Eri. Diba? So we're talking about the reinvention and yung paano mo ba ito nagawa? Yung lifestyle mo, especially in your career.
Okay.
Sa pagiging Eri Neeman.
Yeah.
Hindi itlog sa pagiging Eri Neeman.
Okay, salamat ha. Salamat. Pwedeng tanggalin na natin.
Okay.
Tanggalin na natin kasi parang...
Sige.
Nakakahiya naman sa mga itlog kasi.
Oo, talaga.
Yeah.
Eggs Benedict, nakakatalaga.
It's good though.
Huh? Yeah, I'm sure it is. No, but sorry, just to get your question, you're talking about the reinvention of the particular. Well, for me, it's really hard to kind of. You really have to try different things in the beginning. Like Like, I always had like an affinity for hosting ever since like I was like, even sa harap na ng tao, parang gusto kong nasa harap ng tao. So I already kind of had an affinity for it. And when I spoke in front at napapatawa ko sila, natutuwa ako. Even ever since high school. So I already had like I would say di ba meron tayong, you have your talent na yung sa'yo talaga, yung binigay sa'yo, God-given talent. Kung ano yun. A lot of people have it differently. They're good with cars, they're good with cooking, they're good with taste, they're good with athleticism, they're good with sketches. You have that thing. Ako, for me, I think it was always this. Like when I'm in front of people and the entertainment factor, putting things together, medyo nagigets ko siya. Parang madali para sa akin para makuha yung mga espeto to, and I understand the elements of what would make it successful. When and successful means you make people happy or yung whatever event, naaangat mo yung tao. Like let's say they came in the event dito, naangat mo, right? Naangat mo for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Did I want to be a host starting out? Which particular part would you say was the evolution? Like pick a particular point in my career.
Unti-unti natin kasi
Para at least para at least I can I can have an actual point. Like where do you want to be my starting point?
Yeah, in fact the starting point here na sobrang common para sa amin. Syempre yung boy pickup talaga. At while that's happening, kung hindi ako nagkakamali, nag-stand up ka rin nun.
I did stand up, yeah.
You were a comic. Pero nag-go-host ka rin ata nung time na yun. That's what I heard dun sa mga narinig ko dun sa mga
interviews
stories
in
mo.
the past.
Yeah. So, lahat to sabay-sabay. Pero I think yung...
Sa generation namin.
Sa generation namin,
that's how
boy pickup. That's
boy
how,
pickup, that's what you found out.
Tsaka ano pa yun hindi pa siya, yung boy pick up, nag-evolve siya, yung boy back up yung nag-evolve. Kasi pinapanood ko yung mga first few episodes, parang hindi naman nabibigyan ng spotlight si
Boy back up.
Parang nung lumupit lang ng lumupit, doon na siya nagkakaroon ng spotlight na lines, ganun. So nag-evolve din yun yung boy back up.
So just to so boy pickup was here in my career. I would say I started here pa.
Ooh,
Boy pickup was here. Tapos where I am now. So sabihin natin, this is the entire spectrum. This is where I am now. This is where I was. I would say boy pickup was like somewhere here. Ang dami ko nang ginawa prior. And then everything else now, ang dami ko ring nagawa. So it was a particular highlight na pumatok because obviously it was national TV. It was mainstream. Medyo naging household na siya.
Oh, it was hilarious.
Yeah, it was great. It was solid. But before that, I was a host. I started out modeling. Parang VTR. And then eventually fell as a host when my first official as a host, I would say, where it really started being official, I would say I started hosting shortly, hindi, sabihin na natin parang was up days.
Oo, yung ganun.
Yung tadyak, oo. Nung nanalo ako doon, I think that was officially my start as a host. Pero prior pa doon, nag-host na ako. I was hosting for corporate events. I was hosting for, let's say, I remember Absolute Vodka. I was doing radio. I was doing radio back when I was 15 in Pampanga, GVFM 99.1. So, and I'm saying this importantly because it was a muscle I was exercising very early in my life. The more time you put into something kasi, and you repeat it over and over, you get better at it. Okay. Especially if you want to get better. I really wanted to get better. So, it started with radio, modeling days. I already had an affinity. Meron na akong parang leaning towards being in front of people. I always loved making my friends laugh in high school. Like, it's something... Medyo tahimik pero naging class clown. So parang, huy, tahimik dati pero naging class clown. I'm just like, huy, shit, parang, huy, pwede pala to Ito yung paraan ko para makakonect. So radio, started VTRing, and then Was Up was really the launch towards my hosting. So I did ABS-CBN, and I really wanted to be an MTV VJ.
Oo, kasi
Yes.
yun
Yung talaga yung dati, yung like art. That was it. Like it was sina, ano ba, di ba? You had sina Casey, you had sina Belinda, you had sina Donita, you had sina Jamie. Those were the guys back then, si Sarah Meyer. Yeah. So those were the people I watched growing up, and I'm like, I want to be a VJ. Whatever it is now, marami ngayon. I want to be a a streamer. I want to be a creator, a player, whatever it is now. I want to be a content creator. Back then, that's what it was. It was MTV VJ. I'm like, that was the it thing, and I wanted to be that. And I'm telling this story because it leads up to a certain point that I think was a key moment in my mindset as a host and as an entertainer. I finally got an audition for MTV back in the Fort office. Pa noon.
Okay.
I bombed the audition so bad. They asked me about, it's like, what's your favorite band? And I wasn't true to myself. Pakul. Ano yung pakul answer? Yung parang hindi mo talaga, Maroon 5 kasi gets ko nun. And then, Maroon 5. So, I like Maroon 5 kasi yun ang cool ngayon. Pero hindi ko naman talaga gusto. Parang alam ko lang, pero hindi ko talaga.
Right.
If I were true then, I'd probably say Linkin Park. I'd probably say Backstreet Boys if I was being honest. I'd probably say something really like just the stuff that probably, or an anime thing. Like I would, if I was being real at the time, which I should have been during that audition, then that's what I would answer. But I answered Maroon 5, and then the interviewer, yung nagka-cast, yung nag-interview, yung nag-audition, sabi niya,
name 5 songs.
No, it's like, and I'm sure Adam Levine is this type of person. I'm like, I'm sorry, Adam Levine.
Oh my God. Yeah, you did bomb it. You did bomb it.
And I was just like, oh God, that was horrible. Horrible audition. Horrible. I'm like, and in my head, I was just like, I still remember it now. So obviously, it was a bad audition. So that was a failure, right? I had another opportunity. And when I got Was Up, that was before pa, yung audition na yun. Was Up, I got it. I won the Tajak search by doing different things, traveling all over, interviewing people. Kulot pa ako nun. And there was a VJ hunt. And I was doing it with sina Andy Manzano, sina Sib, there was, I think, sino pa yung mga yun? Marco Borromeo, Kat Alano was there. Sino pa yung mga doon? Sheena from All Stars, Reggie. It was a bunch of us. And the ones who won there were, I believe, Andy, Kat, and Sib. But I got into the VJ hunt. ABS-CBN didn't like it because I was at the Jack. So parang nag-awol ako. Didn't like it. And hindi ko nag-isip nun. I just wanted to do it because I have a more opportunity to be a VJ now. I got it at the expense of my working relationship with ABS-CBN at the time, which was Studio 23.
May mga managers ka na time na?
I would say kind of, yes. Pero I'm very stubborn.
Okay.
I'm the type that if I can see that I can do it and you're not doing it, I'll do it.
Okay. Yeah.
And if you're not doing it, I don't understand. Parang, why can't you do it? As this is something I truly want.
Yeah.
If I have to wait on my manager or whoever it is at the time that it's not happening, I'm the type that's not gonna wait.
Yeah.
I will do it.
May mga lumalabas na mga clips mo nito, Kuya Eri, yung may buhok ka pa nun eh. So nagtataka lahat, uy, kulot pala to dati.
Oo nga. Sinasabi ko ng ibang ako yung Justin Timberlake ng Angeles City, Pampanga dati. Hindi nyo lang alam. Ako yung
noodles.
Oo. Diba? Yeah. So, diba?
So you got into...
This I promise you, wapin. Ganun talaga. So, I mean, ng Pampanga. ng Angeles City, Pampanga. Carmenville chapter.
Siya kasi ang nun eh. Si JT ang JB.
Dati. Ako yung batikan ng Nepo Mall. Hindi nyo alam. But anyway.
Sexy back na ba yung time na yun? Hindi pa yata eh.
But anyway, so...
VJ.
Compromise my working relationship with the network that gave me a shot at the time because I wanted to be a VJ. I really did. I auditioned, reached the final, did all the challenges, and I didn't make it. I didn't make it.
Talaga?
I was so close. It was down to the final challenges, and I didn't make it.
Yeah.
And at the time, I, after everything, crushed.
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
Because I was so close. Yeah. I went over when it was time. They announced the winners. It was done. I went over to Francis Lumen, who was the owner of MTV at the time. I said, I'll see you again. I told him that. I'll see you again one more time. And I knew it then and there. I was thinking, instead of feeling bad, I said, I reflected. And this was a key moment, I think, in my development as a person. Because I could have taken it many different ways. Oh, I'm a failure. Oh, no. I really looked at myself and I said, I'm not good enough. That's what I said.
Para in-accept mo na.
Tinanggap ko. I'm not good enough right
Hindi
now.
kaya. Hindi kaya.
Hindi ako ganun kagaling. This is why I didn't get it. I'm not good enough right now. After this, I did radio, I did stand-up, and I did improv.
Oh, nang sabay-sabay.
All of those things through the next few years. I just wanted to be good. But that was a really key moment of getting such a big failure, huh?
Yeah.
ABS didn't like it. So, career ko medyo gumanon. I didn't make it for the second time when I was so close. And how could I have taken it? What would have been my response? And you can imagine, there could have been many justified responses na parang, ay, ayoko na, not worth it, not me. I really looked at it, I'm not good enough.
Yeah.
And I really saw it. I'm going to get good. I'm going to get good enough. I took radio, I took stand-up, I took improv to get good enough.
I see.
And then to the time, and I'm going to tell this story properly because I think, I'm telling you this story because I think this is a key factor in how I've been able to move forward as to reinvent, right? I'm telling you the story because I think it's important because it's a very important factor of, I think, reflecting through the years. I got good enough. I did improv for 3 years. I did stand-up for like 5 to 7 years during this time. I did radio. I got comfortable talking in front of people. And I slowly, by doing it over and over and over, from open mics, setting up on mics, hanging lights to set up the shows, working on the sound system, doing improv where you're on the spot trying to figure out what to do, being on radio, talking. I did it over and over and over and over again until I slowly found my voice. And I slowly found this is, I think, me. I had my influences. You had Conan O'Brien, you had Casey Montero, you had Robin Williams, you had even Dane Cook at the time because he had like that manic energy, which I sometimes get. But I would say right now, like, I mean, you had all these people that you were looking at. Diba? You had Jay Leno, you had Johnny Carson, you had Edu Manzano, you had wonderful hosts here. I found my voice. I kept going.
I see.
And then there was an opportunity for auditions for MTV one more time.
So it was years after.
Years, 4 to 5 years.
Matagal.
This was a year or two prior to MTV closing and shutting down. All right? And when I auditioned, killed it.
Piece of cake.
Killed it.
Yeah.
I made everyone laugh. I knew who I was. Not because I put in the work.
Yeah.
I put in the work to get good. I was ready for it. Killed it.
Yeah.
I nailed that audition. They got me, negotiated, and I was an MTV VJ.
Yeah.
I was the last VJ
Nangyari.
for MTV Philippines. There's even an article. There was an article out.
So,
I made it. It meant even if MTV closed a year or two after,
Yeah.
I was the last VJ, but I got it.
Yeah.
It meant something to me. And I got it by hard work. I failed twice. I got it. I put in the work and I got it. And more than just being the VJ, it was the journey towards how I got it.
yeah.
That was
7 years?
so much more important
Yeah.
than actually being the VJ. I got it. I can put MTV VJ on my resume. Closed. Even Casey made a joke. Who I was looking up to.
Yeah.
Like, because I grew up when he's like, you're the reason we closed, by the way. I was like, ow. I was like, come on.
Yeah.
But we shut down. But I believe I was the last VJ
Yeah.
for MTV Philippines. So that, I think, has a really important aspect of me developing as a person and a professional. Just because seasons change.
Yeah.
MTV is no longer a thing now.
Yeah.
Creators is no longer a thing now. It always comes to a point where I'm trying to get something. It's working. It's a constant desire to want to get better
Yeah.
and a constant acceptance of knowing if you're not really good enough for the current state of things?
Yung question ko din, parang, were you never like derailed? Ay, alam ko naman na related naman talaga lahat. Like everything can work together. Let's just say, sa radio. Kasi parang semi-similar to sa ginawa ko din. In-apply ko sa sarili ko. Like, when I want a goal, gusto ko maging shoutcaster, for example. Inaral ko yung mga bagay na pwede mag-adapt doon. But eventually, may mga bagay na parang, uy, sobrang ganda nito and I can be really good at this. Kasi you're working naman eh. Like, for example, when you were doing your stand-up, there's a potential na bigla ka talagang
Just to be a comedian. I actually could have, yes.
So parang, how did you maintain na ito yung track ko, I wanna be yun yung end goal ko?
It wasn't that. I was doing many things. I was actor, I was writer, I was comedian, I was host, I was radio DJ. I was doing so many things. I was even voice actor.
Yeah.
I had that on my resume. I'm like, ang labo. Ang daming ginagawa. But I think it's always good to... Not everyone knows exactly what they want to be. Like right away. Like
exactly.
Parang, not everyone. You don't wake up when you're like 15, 18 years old. I absolutely know what I want to do. No. Some people are very lost. They have no idea.
Sobra. Yeah.
They have no idea. I don't know what to do. Sometimes you're crippled by just the fear of trying. And it gets in the way of just, it gets in the way of so many things. But I would say I just jumped into it. I just did it. And I even sent that as an upload before. I did an upload before. I would rather, for me, it's better to go 100 miles an hour, full throttle, 100% in the wrong direction than stay at the same place because you're afraid to move. Because then you realize, if it's the wrong direction, you realize what you don't want.
Yeah. Exactly.
And realizing what you don't want is just as important as realizing what you do want. Because that's how you know it.
I know a lot of people ngayon na nami-meet ko talaga and hindi nila directly sinasabi but I can see it. They're lost. They're trying so many things. They don't excel at one thing. Was it, dahil ba to sa parang lack of, hindi siya motivation pero parang lack of direction, I guess, or end goal.
Or,
katulad ikaw, meron kang goal at least to be a VJ. At least meron kang tangible, achievable goal.
Yes.
The people that I know na parang ganun, ang goal lang nila just wanna be, gusto ko lang kumita. Ganun lang ka-simple. And what ends up happening is they try so many things. Wala din. Like, at first sign of trouble, pag nahihirapan na,
ayaw na nila.
they're just gonna drop it.
But there's the answer there. Like, why are you lost? Gusto nilang kumita. That's, for me, that's your answer.
Okay.
Like, you're heading the wrong direction for me, personally, in your goal doesn't lead you to anything tangible. Kung basta kumita lang. So anywhere that makes money, yun ang pupuntahan mo. What is that? Is that actual solid?
Yeah.
Pwede. Kung gusto mo like, I'm all about money. Pera lang gusto mo. Then you will head that way and become a person of money. But what happens is you slowly realize that even when you get money, you turn into a person that you might not necessarily be happy with. Kasi pera yung ginagawa mo importante. But most of us want to really just find what we really, really, really want to do.
Yeah.
Pera kasi is not an actual thing.
Yeah.
I just want to make money. But there's so many ways you can make money. You can so literally everything you do can make money. It's not an actual solid thing. So I would say for people like that who end up lost, if you just want to make money, if you just want to survive, that's gonna lead you to so many directions. But if you just say, I really want to, let's say, be a creator and make money being creator, creating this. What do I want to create? I don't know, but I want to make money being a creator.
Yeah.
That's already more specific. So all you have to search for is be a creator, how to make money as a creator, and find out what really lights a fire in you. But if your goal is, I just want to make money, where will that go? Of course, you'll be lost. San, ang daming pwedeng po, anything, real estate will make you money. Diba? Selling candies will make you money if you sell enough.
Kangkong
Diba?
chips ngayon.
Kangkong chips, pucha, that will make you money. Ang dami. TikTok affiliates will make you money. If you do it long enough and you dedicate yourself long enough, it will make you money. Money will lead to so many things. But if you specify your goals, it's like, I love cutting grass when I was young. It really, nung kinakat ko yung amoy ng damo, yun talaga yung core memory na gustong gusto ko. I wanna cut grass. Kung yun lang gawin ko, ang saya ko na, putang ina. Cut fucking grass, my man. Get good and hire freaking people. Turn it into a business. Have your little group of grass cutters who you love be the best grass cutters. Lahat ng subdivision, ikaw. You make content creatorship about cutting grass.
Yeah.
There's this guy now who's cutting grass for free.
Totoo ba yan?
Diba?
Totoo yan?
There's this guy who's cutting grass for free. He's doing his creatorship where I just wanted to help people cutting grass. And it's a beautiful niche. He offers to people how to cut it for free. And it also promotes his business. And you get to see the before and after.
Exactly.
But
Galing.
it's genius. He's using what he has now. But pucha, this is a grass cutter.
Exactly.
The people's faces.
Yeah.
When I cut their grass. And it's about cutting fucking grass. Isn't that specific? But he took it. Even
Next
we know
level,
about this guy.
next
I don't know
level.
his name, but I know this
Yeah.
grass cutting guy, right? You know who I'm talking about, right?
Yung parang ayusin niya yung lawn mo.
Ayusin niya, he'll offer it.
Ang ganda pati yung sinasabi niya, yung lupa mo kasi mali eh. Yung semento mo mali. Ganito yung kailangan gawin. Ang galing, man.
Tuturo niya.
But this is a guy who wanted to really cut grass. He loved the before and after, and he's figuring out a way to make money off of it. That for me, I believe could be the reason why people you might know that are just chasing for money, chasing kita. Bro, money is gonna take you all different ways. You can really make money any way you can if you think about it enough and if you're willing to go 100%. Now, I'm not saying this is the way for most people. This is one way. As long as you're aware of what you want, meaning I want to make money because I need to survive. But I know my passion, which is coffee. Right? For example. Or which is being a creator or anything. You do what you need to do for your 9 to 5. This is what Dino did.
Okay.
He was managing wines. I have a podcast that I'm going to put out with him. We had an interview because I wanted to know his...
Bangan yan.
Yeah, I wanted to know his progression. You do your 9 to 5 to survive. Whatever it is, call center, basta to get you money. On the side, when you have free time, you do your coffee. You do your creator. You do your side. Because the whole all-in is not for everyone.
Sobra.
Kasi it's a risk. And sometimes it might not work out. It is okay to chase security first so that you're solid and you're floating and you have your passions on the side. That's okay. That's okay.
We started that way. Si Manjean may literal 9 to 5. Ako yung 9 to 5 ko nung bagitong casters pa kami. Online writer. Pero madaming, as in, racket talaga.
Racket gaming.
And kasi I understood, nalaman ko yung TF ng caster, wala amin talagang
Mababa.
not survivable eh.
Hindi talaga.
When I see yung mga ibang mga talents na full-time talent ako, ganito, tapos like ang daling mag-give up. Yun talaga usually nangyayari. Madaling nag-give up.
Siguro sa akin meron akong bukod sa, of course, survivability is always there. Yung money. Ang curious kasi, meron ka bang specific advice? Kasi pansin ko din naman, some people, nandun na sila. Like for example, DJ na sila, caster na sila. Pero may hinahanap pa rin sila eh. Parang meron pa rin silang, hindi ko pa rin kasi na-achieve to bilang caster.
Naramdaman ko rin yan eh.
Hindi ko pa nakukuha to bilang DJ. Some people, gusto ko tong award na to. Ano ba yun? Kasama ba yun talaga? Or is that dangerous also? Na meron kang ganong...
I understand. Parang you chase the next mountain because you realize when you get it, you're not really as happy anymore.
Yun.
Nakuha mo na eh. Nakuha mo na. I would say this is based on some creators I've followed and some people that say the same thing. Because sometimes you just have to look at the patterns. If people give the same answer, and these are successful people, people who've done it, and they say the same things through the years, that is solid advice. Don't look at one person. Look at patterns of what people say who are successful.
Advice nito,
that says the same thing. I got this from The Psychology of Money. It's a lovely piece of book. Sabi niya, you can't look at one particular person and say that's the and-all be-all of how to do things. You have to look at the patterns of what people who are at that same level through the years, through history, not one particular time period, through history, who've done the same thing, who are saying the same thing. Kung ma-connect mo, then that is solid, factual, good advice. Not just one person. Because some people can just get lucky.
Gets.
Diba? You were at the right place at the right time. You're like Warren Buffett. This guy was Warren Buffett, right? Most successful investor of all time. You can also attribute his timings to being lucky.
Lucky, exactly.
And this is what I read with The Psychology of Money. It's a beautiful book. And I just, mabagal yung maglakad because I really remember key things. And then I keep going. Or maybe it's my ADHD because I'm like, ayaw nga pala binabasa. But it stuck to me.
Yeah.
And it's solid. Look at patterns, right? So coming from your question, Manji, I would say if they got what they want now and they still chase things, there are two particular things there. And I say this from a way that, you know how people say fame, money, and success doesn't really give you happiness.
Yeah.
Right? People say that. And there are two types of people who respond. There are people who understand it because they have fame, money, and success.
Yeah.
And there are other people like, oh, fuck, if I had money, wala kang kwela. Don't say that. Sige, give me 50,000, I'll be happy now.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, people who've reached it understand it because they're at that place in their life.
Yeah.
People trying to survive are not at that place in their life. So they won't understand because their current state is where they want to be. Like where their current state is, their goal is to get to where you are, which is security, not have to survive. You cannot tell people that money doesn't matter for people who want to survive. You cannot.
Yeah.
Like money doesn't matter. Putang ina, I need to eat today. Don't tell me money doesn't matter. Money fucking matters, man. Depends on who you're saying it.
Yeah.
So my point with that is for those who've reached it and got it, money is not longer a factor. You thought that money will give you happiness. You thought that fame and success will give you happiness. Yeah. And coming from my own personal experience, and you look at people who are experienced in this, people who've gotten fame, people who've gotten success in business, success in all industries, they say the same thing, right? And you guys will understand it because you've got certain parts of your dreams already, diba? For me, it's really what the way it answered for me is simply just chasing growth.
Yeah.
We're the type of people that need to just grow.
Mamba mentality.
Based on the things that we choose that we absolutely love.
Yeah.
Like you find eventually you become the person you're meant to be. And then some people, you think that this is the top. No, but ang dami ko pang pwedeng matutunan. It's the growth. And whatever that growth is, whatever you find, that's what's gonna get you in career, That's what's gonna get you wanting. You just want to keep going based on how you feel you want to go. Whether that's, if it's getting an award, I wouldn't really chase the award. I would chase the process rather than if the process and you getting better eventually leads to an award, great. But if you get an award, kasi what happens is, I remember I was talking to a friend, it's a results-based goal. Meaning if you don't get the result, you fail. But iba yun eh. Like parang, but if you just say, I want to be this level of caster, this level of host, this level of creator, I want to be able to really hit the storytelling that matters to me, or ganito. It's not even about the views. It's about the time you put in to get to a certain level of just excellence for you. I think that's the process. And it never stops. Because right now, I'm telling you now, with all my experience as a host and as an entertainer, ang dami ko pang gustong gawin.
Yeah.
There's so many things na you think you got it, hindi. That's one aspect. And I think the other aspect is relationships. Like your personal growth as a person. If you got success in money at the expense of all your relationships, meaning the people that mattered to you the most, you chased it. I would say I'm not really sure if that's really success. Meaning all the people that you loved, all the people that mattered to you, you sacrificed and compromised because you wanted to chase success, money or fame, or whatever success meant for you. I feel kasi if you do that, it's not wrong. I'm not saying that's a wrong thing. I'm just saying there's a price to pay for going full throttle in that direction.
Yes.
The emptiness you feel with not having relationships in your life with the people you matter is the result. You will get money. You'll get fame.
Yeah.
You'll get success. But if those are the things you value the most, relationships, friendships, and the people you have connections with, if these are not the things you value, and you really put the time here, you lose these, right?
Yeah.
I think, but it's not impossible to have both. You just need to understand what your
Limits.
no, what your priorities are.
Priorities.
Like if you ask me now to drop everything as a host, drop everything as a creator, if I had to choose between me and my family, hands down, I'll pick my family. I'll be an accountant. I'll do a job I hate if I can be with them.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that doesn't mean I can't be a host and be a family, but I'm saying that I know what's the most important thing for me.
Yeah.
And that gives me meaning.
Yeah.
That gives me meaning because I found what's the most important to me. Because if hosting and success was the most important thing for me, and money and all of those things, then I would sacrifice my family for that. And it results in the kind of life you will have.
Yeah.
What do you value the most ba talaga? So I'm saying this comes into these answers. To answer your question, Manjean. If you're not happy when you have the fame, success, and money,
Yan.
you realize that the things you valued might not give you true happiness.
Yeah.
And what do the people across all timelines and generations have said? They say money doesn't give you happiness. Relationships and connections and the journey is what gives you happiness.
True. Very true.
I'm not saying this, it's cliche, but why is it cliche? Because there's a pattern.
Yeah.
Patterns come from facts because it's a repeated result and people say the same, they come to the same conclusion from all different types of timelines. Human beings don't change their make and mold in DNA.
Yeah.
Whatever makes us happy as human beings will always make us happy as human beings.
Nalaman ko rin yun eh. Parang, yung people never change. Medyo totoo siya eh.
Oo.
In a way. Pero,
In a way.
Yeah. You know, minamention mo, Eri, yung medyo mapapajump tayo ng konti sa
Go lang.
discussion. Kasi ganda eh.
I wanted to answer your question properly kasi.
Okay lang. Okay.
I think
Kasi
nasagot
maraming
naman
marami. I think yun yung issue between yung passion sa career. Parang sinasabi mo passion mo to eh. Pero nandun ka na eh pag na-achieve mo eh.
Parang ang gusto ko tanong dito kasi feeling ko related siya dun sa relationship mo with your family. Kasi when you said na yung tatlo, di ba, or yung whatever it is, the success
that you
compared
value
to
the most,
relationship, right? I could say right now confidently na ikaw nandun ka sa point na yun ngayon. But is it because you chose the right partner to be with, for example?
Absolutely.
Yun. So kasi parang nafe-feel ko eh, parang may
Absolutely chose the right partner.
ang saya mag-grind eh. Merong high yung journey na ginagawa natin when it comes to the grind.
Grinding.
Yes.
Kasabay ng hardship. But at the same time, gusto mong makahanap ng, you want the relationship. Wala naman taong ayaw ng na talagang ito lang gusto
Isa lang
lang,
siya.
success
Oo.
lang eh. Wala naman ganun eh.
Yeah.
But then, people sometimes hindi nakakasabay. Ewan ko, I don't wanna use that term actually, pero parang ganun yung pakiramdam eh. Parang hindi nila accepted yung grind mo. Parang ganun. Something like that.
The grind that I do, meaning they don't want to do the same thing?
No, parang
Kapag in a relationship, do you mean?
hindi lang sa relationship, pati sa friendship, pati dun sa family mo, parents mo, ganun. Whatever the value, nag-value sa'yo na ganun. Parang, how do you know na tama yung napili mong like relationship, whatever. Parang ganun.
Gets. So,
To go with
For example,
your
friend, pwede.
Gets. So, basically, you're saying na parang whatever I value, other people might not be able to relate to it because
Parang
maybe
ganun.
they haven't found the right partner or they don't have a partner.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
work is all I have, Eri.
Exactly.
And I'm just saying that that's absolutely valid because people don't really find the right partner or at the same time find anyone.
Yeah.
Like you consider yourself lucky if you find someone that you connect with and that you absolutely accepts you and you accept them and you just have this connection. That's a rare thing, huh?
Yeah.
And sometimes you have it and you're not the type of person that was able to take care of it.
Exactly.
You weren't ready to take care of
Exactly.
it. Or you weren't the type of person that was there to be able to even recognize that you had it pala. You only got it because you lost it.
Yeah.
I would say, this makes me emotional. I wasn't the type of person that could have taken that. I think was able to keep and take care of what I had when I met my wife, my girlfriend at the time. I wasn't. I had demons. I had issues. I had things that I battled with. I was a type of person that if you looked at me, this is not the type of person that I was supposed to be. Hindi talaga. I had certain issues. I had certain darkness. I had certain addictions that led to this is not a person that's going to end up as a family man. If you look at me now, I'm a family man. Like if you see me, I love my wife. I love my family. But the difference was this. Oh my God. If you knew our story, it was so hard. We were not supposed to end up together, but we did.
Yeah.
I truly recognized that there was something special with what we had. And I was looking at people similar to me who have lost it. And I looked at them and I looked at them like, it was a question of, I might be the problem. It was that. I might be the problem. Kind of the same thing as I'm not good enough.
Yeah.
With career, I think I wasn't good enough in a relationship. I wasn't the type of person that could have taken care of it. One of the proudest things that I've ever done in my life is keep my wife. Not my relation, not my career. You say all of these things about my career. But the things that is to be able to keep my wife. Because I could have lost her anytime. I really, really, with the kind of person I was, if you knew me, if you actually really knew me. The proudest thing I have is being able to keep my wife.
That's good.
I wasn't supposed to be that person. But I worked tooth and nail to the point of almost going a little bit crazy. Because you have to be uncomfortable to change. You have to look at the things that you are and the things that you're not, and your demons and your darkness and the ugly things about you that get in the way of actually being able to just love and be loved. That's a whole different thing, guys. Sometimes you don't even need that to be successful in life. You don't need to search for those things. To look at your ugly parts, to look at your darkness. Sometimes we chase success, money, and fame so that we don't have to look at those things.
Exactly.
You chase something totally. You're like, I'll be successful so I don't have to look at myself.
Yeah.
To look at my shit, to look at my ugly parts. I had to look at them to keep my wife.
It's beautiful.
So I would say, if you look at me,
In-acknowledge mo yung
I wasn't.
demons.
The things that I'm the problem. I was the problem in this thing, and I need to change. And if I don't, I will lose this person that could be a once in a lifetime. Like she mattered to, she was important. She's not like anyone. Dude, if you knew me before, if you met me like in my teens and
Ito yung
early
ba yung
20s.
Si Justin Timberlake.
Iba yung Justin, iba yung galawan ng gagong yun. I wasn't the relationship type.
I see.
I could really jump one. I'm like easy, like done.
Yeah.
Cold, didn't care.
Yeah. How old were you when you
Met my wife.
Yeah, I mean, like
22?
when you said thought I have to change.
So many parts. It wasn't really just one part. I would say
that's good. That's
it
good
was
to know,
years.
though.
It was many. It's not one thing. Because you realize you need to, and you realize you're not doing good enough, and you realize you're hanging by a thread, and you realize you're about to lose this person, and you realize, and you just keep trying. It wasn't one point. It was like trying and trying and trying and trying.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that this is the route for everyone. If you want to chase money and if you want to chase things and that's all you want and you don't want to look at your problems, it will lead to just simply a certain type of life.
Yeah. I agree.
And if that's the life and if you're willing to deal with the consequences, that's your life.
Yeah.
But if you want true happiness and something that I would say most of us have said and most of the people who've come before us have said that this is what gives you happiness. And I know it because whenever I'm with my family and I'm really there, I'm not chasing the things that I thought were important. I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm truly happy. So it was constant moments of like, oh my God, problem. Oh my God, here. Oh my God. And it's not even getting it. When you get it na, it's maintaining it. Because you can get it and then you take it for granted. And next thing you know, wala na. Like like it's like a flower, diba? You take care of it, you do it. You have to, and the person you are now is not the person you'll be 5 years from now. So then that person needs to learn how to take care of it at that place in their life. Like it always changes. It never stops.
Yeah.
It's constant work.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of moments of making that decision.
Yeah.
Until I could really say that when I look back, I'm like, oh my God, I think I'm that person na. Because the person before would not choose this life.
Yeah.
I would choose everything else. I would sell my own mother to be famous. I tell you that now. I knew the kind of person I was. But I looked at myself and I say, oh, I'm the problem. And if this is what you want, you kind of need to change.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you for sharing.
No worries. Sorry, a bit emotional because that really is it. That really
Yeah.
is it. That really is it for me. That's the most important thing about my life. I got to keep that. I got to keep my wife. I got to keep my wife.
Hindi lang sa career yung pag-reinvent mo eh. Kasi sa relationship, sa
It's
lahat
connected
eh.
though.
Oo, connected eh.
It's connected.
Yeah.
It really is connected.
Ayan. Ganda. Di ko na...
Oo nga eh.
yung usapan natin.
Parang na-imagine ko nga si Devil Eri eh. Na nakulot eh.
Kulot na
Parang
iba.
May wings. May
Iba.
wings eh.
Diba? Diba? Next thing
Rotten egg na pala.
Naka-argana, naka-argana.
oh, yung devil gene, diba? Gusto, you're letting, hindi ka na Akuma, yung parang
Devil
QB.
gene ka na.
May
Umabot
QB.
pala dun eh. And nagko-connect nga siya eh. Kasi kung ano yung naapektuhan mo nun, naramdaman mo nun, affected pati yung work mo.
Absolutely.
Everything, relationship mo sa lahat.
You cannot say that your personal life and your professional life are not connected. They absolutely are.
For sure.
You cannot say. Some people will pour themselves in their personal life, then their professional life, because their personal life isn't there or there's nothing there. So you'll chase something there to make up for what you need as a person to get that. Yeah. And some person have the best personal life that they don't really care about everything else professionally. Just like, dude, I'm good. Like parang
Kontento na
the
ako
people who are happiest, we don't know them.
Exactly.
I'll tell you that now. The people who are happiest, we absolutely do not know them. They're out there being happy.
Exactly.
And
Wala
living,
kayo dyan.
and they're in the moment. They're not posting about it. They're not sharing. They're not doing what we're doing. They're not doing that. They're there in the moment with their wife, their family, their friends, and they're there. Those are the people who are happiest. We do not know them. They're just out there being happy.
Masaya lang sila.
Ganda.
Masaya lang. Ito yung, mabalik tayo dun sa topic nung pag-reinvent mo. Kasi nasabi mo to sa amin, Sir Eri, nung one time na, by the way, nag-workshop sa amin si Eri. The 2021.
no?
Tagal na.
Was it helpful?
It was. Super.
Really?
Yes,
It was?
Super.
Really? It really helped?
Super.
Yeah. Did you still
Until
use
now,
it?
until
You
now.
still use the
Until-
principles?
yeah.
I'm so glad.
Until now.
I'm so glad.
Isa sa mga tumatak sa akin na sinabi niya na, kasi matagal na siya sa karera, di ba? Pero he said na, I feel na I'm just starting my career.
Yeah.
Sinabi niya ng 2021. Do you still feel that?
Absolutely.
Oh.
Absolutely.
And yun yung gusto namin pagsama kasi, like for example, nung pumasok yung, di ba, yun nga, boy, pick up, and then, biglang, nag-transition to esports host, nakikita ka na namin doon. Then nung nag-pandemic, nag-hit itong mga egg jokes.
Mga creative kalbo jokes.
Yung kalbo jokes.
Grabe
And
yung
yun na yun
shift eh.
Grabe yung shift eh. Parang, ang nangyari, pa-evolve na may skits na,
Yeah.
tas, ito na, ito pa rin ngayon.
May naalala ko na, Eri, there was a time na hindi pa ganun kalakas actually yung Facebook mo.
No.
You were posting, like, lagi niya pinapost
Hindi,
yung progress niya. Sobrang nakakabaliw kasi parang nag-start siya na konti-konti na talaga. Then TikTok, yung una talagang sumabot,
Pumotok,
diba?
yeah.
Nung mga time na yun, yung Facebook follow me was low.
Yeah, it was like
parang
not a lot.
tayo
I just used it. I used Facebook as a way to advertise me as a host.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It wasn't a place to build a community or express myself. It wasn't that. It was all as a way to just basically market my services.
Yeah.
That's all it was.
Ngayon lang eh. Di ba, I think 700K? Tama?
700K.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Nung time na yun, yung sa egg jokes mo sa TikTok yun na gano, lagi ka pang constantly nagka-crowdsource ng paano ba mag-edit, ano ba yung mga tips nyo. Like, laging ganun siya eh.
Yeah, I was asking. I was finding out. Finding out. And during the pandemic, I was a streamer actually as well.
Nag-Dota ka pa. Nanonood ako
Yeah,
yung Dota.
Nagsistream ako.
Kinareer mo yun.
Kinareer ko to ng 2 taon na. And that's what I meant by going 100% in the wrong direction. I can tell you now that I am not a streamer. I can tell you with full no way.
Gets.
It's not. I can tell you, Eri, have you seen like, no, I'm not a streamer. How can you say for sure? Coming from experience, look at my eyes. I'm not a fucking streamer, bro.
And
Like,
he
it's
tried
not
it for 2 years. So
yeah, but now what I've done is I've been able to eliminate so that I can focus more. So I'm like, if I'm not a streamer, what am I? I'm a fucking host, dude.
Na-try ko ata yun one time last year.
Ano yun?
Parang pinulpose ko rin yung live sell.
Not for you.
Parang, number one, nahirapan ako kasi 3 hours ka magla-live sell.
Yeah.
Tapos may mga ibang products pa doon, hindi mo naman gustong i-sell.
Yeah.
So parang ako ang hirap. Tapos may one time, itatry ko na siya kasi yung TikTok ko, parang connected siya sa live sell. Shoutouts pala sa WeTrend. Ayan. Sabi ko, parang, sige, game na. La-live sell na tayo. Bumili na ako ng bell. Ganun. Sige, itatry ko, isa pa. One time.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, naka-indo pala yung TikTok ko. So, hindi ako makapag-live sell.
Ayun, I remember you were posting about this na Indo ka.
Nag-indo yung TikTok ko. So, sabi ko, so hindi pa rin ako makapag-live sell. And then, parang sinabi sa sarili ko, baka hindi para talaga.
Hindi talaga para
Para
sa'yo.
sa akin to. Kasi sila na yung gumawa ng paraan.
No, and I had just an opportunity a few months back where there was an opportunity to be a live seller as well. It was presented to me from some people who were, pretty well positioned in that platform. And there was always a part of me, alam mo yung mararamdaman mo yung bigat. It doesn't feel right. You're just like,
Awkward.
parang, what are you doing? Am I chasing money? Am I chasing fame? Am I chasing validation? Usually, kasi if you chase those things, it kind of feels wrong.
Yeah.
You're just like, but if you chase something that absolutely lights a fire in you and gets you excited and just brings you joy, it doesn't feel wrong.
Ako kasi ang perspective ko naman dyan, tracking things that I consume. For example, kaya ako nag-caster kasi nung nagkasakit kasi ako nung college ako, and then all I do was just watch. And then manghang-mangha ako ba't nagkakasila na ganun. So sabi ko, ito yung gusto kong gawin eventually. Then, if you'll notice, sobrang rarely ako nag-vlog, like once every year perhaps.
Yeah.
Because I don't consume vlogs.
Yeah.
But when it comes to podcasting, ito sinimulan ko tong gantong bagay. It's because I consume it,
And you like it.
Yeah,
and look at you. You're freaking set up. Like, I'm just like, you have a better setup than me, Wolf. Like, this is not how I do my pods. Look at the setup. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 monitor. Grabe with your soundboard and everything. My lights pa. So I'm just like, but you evolve. Like, you are. And one thing that really, really helped me as a creator and as a host and where I am now, this was a key thing I learned. I'm not a creator. I am a host that has platforms that uses my platforms to exercise my skill.
Ganda.
That was the distinction. And now I'm no longer conflicted. Sometimes I see other creators kasi go viral and go crazy. And iba na kasi if you get the virality, if you get it and you're there, and then next thing you know, you're now battling different things, keeping it, evolving from there, and realizing who you are when you're there na. Iba guys, iba. You battle different things when you're at that level na. So I realize, sometimes I look at other creators and I'm just like, you're tempted to do what they do. I know what's gonna get me viral. I absolutely know. I've done it long enough. But it's not me. It's not me. Then I fall under the category of just chasing the algorithm, chasing the trend, chasing whatever will get me the views. And chasing the views is almost the same as chasing money, success, fame, and validation. It's the same thing. It's just same thing, different different words, different descriptions. Like same banana lang siya.
I agree.
So when you're there, and I always found myself conflicted in my journey. One, isa pa nga to realize who I am as a person expressing myself. That was one in itself already. Like, sino ba ako? Because when you put yourself out there, you kind of question who you are.
For
You'll
sure.
be like, sino ba ako? Because sometimes you want to put out a version of yourself that you think people will like. There's a very fine line between saying, am I doing it because I want to put out what I think people would like? Or do I actually want to put out who I am? Those two very, very different things.
Para siyang
it's very subtle, huh?
Identity. You knowing your identity. Hindi siya branding eh. More like identity talaga. Kasi parang, like, would you imagine, Eri, at this point doing yung, alam mo yung mga interviews na Jojo White, Tropayo, mga stand-uppers na interviews. It will, for sure, viral yan. Yung,
I can do it.
Alam naman natin yung ano mo, di ba? Like, you're related to a guy who's famous about like, that stuff.
I can do it.
You can do it.
I can do it.
At
I see it.
Sisikat yun.
Yeah, but is it who I am?
Exactly.
But yung Jojo White na trupa yun, kung siya talaga yun, putsang ina. Good shit, bro. Like, props to you. Pare, solid ka. Like, hinahanap mo kung ano ka, malalaman mo naman eh. Pero kung ginagawa mo lang dahil alam mo magkaka-views or alam mong puputok,
Yeah.
then you become a certain type of person. I don't want to be that person.
May shield ka na eh. Kumbaga,
Hindi naman shield. It's like nagpro-project ka.
Ayun, projection,
Nagpro-project ka ng parang ito ako.
pero hindi ikaw yun.
Pero ako to. Pero yun ako Ako to. Ako talaga to. Pero yan ako.
Oo
Yan
nga,
ang gusto kong makita nyo. Ako yan.
Pansin ko to usually kapag meron din ako mga project. Like for example, yun nga yung pinalipad sa M4. Nung lumabas yung mga mahilig pala sumayaw, doon lang siya nagpa-pop eh. Parang ibig sabihin, doon ko na, ay, gana pala to sa sarili ko.
Yeah.
Kaya ko pala maging ganun. I mean, ako pala yun.
Ikaw yan.
I wanna share something kasi I did something recently na sobrang odd na alam ko, I know that it will not be good at all. So basically, pick-up line siya. Sponsored by Meiji, Hello Panda. It became funny in the end. Then I realized, okay, alam ko sa sarili ko na hindi ako ganun tao. Yun lang nagpipick up ng girls. That's just not me.
Yeah.
But ang lumabas doon is gano'n ka-awkward ako as a person.
But that's who you are. But people who are awkward can absolutely relate to you. Like, ma-awkward man. Like, that's who you are. Like,
so yun yung lumabas. So that, serendipitous na nangyari yun.
So mare-reinvent mo yung sarili mo. Basta gawin mo lang. Gawin mo lang.
But here's the thing. You can find yourself pa din in doing different things.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, you did something absolutely not you. You did something absolutely... But you just found yourself in that new place.
Exactly.
Like, I'm doing this whole pickup things. I'm not a pickup person. Like, but how does it make me feel truly? I'm awkward because it's not who I am. So now you're an awkward pickup line because it's not who you are. Yeah. And then it reflects. Why are you awkward? I'm just not that type of person because this. And then it further reaffirms who you are.
Which is the awkward person.
Yeah, but do you see how that plays out?
Yeah.
You can still be who you are. As long as you stay true to yourself and stay true to the person you want to become, because who I am now will not be the person who I am 2 years from now or even 5 years from now. Who I was 5 years ago is not the person I am now. Things always change, but staying true to yourself, I think is the best thing you can do.
Yeah.
Like someone is asking me, someone asked me on TikTok like a few days ago, sabi niya, what's a legacy? Like, I'm thinking of what kind of legacy that I can leave, like, for the world, ganito. And I told him, honestly, and I say this with patterns, again, with people who've said the same things. The best legacy I think you can leave is that you live a life you truly wanted to live, how you wanted to live it. Truly. Like, who you were, how you wanted to live it, who you wanted to be. You did it your way. Because then you encourage that same truth in others.
Yeah.
That's the best way to live.
And you know, knowing you, Eri, you've worn many hats. Dami mo talaga na-try. Would you say na yung life that you wanted to live, yung career na gusto mo makuha, it only appeared after so many bad decisions muna? So many...
Absolutely.
Nag-devil Eri muna.
Na gano'n ka muna, parang...
Yeah.
Parang,
I felt my life slowly slipping away.
And also,
like, parang dun na eh.
And also, related din ba siya dun sa fact na parang, alam ko, ito na yung gusto ko. Then eventually, when you got there, you don't like it pala.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So how do you identify that?
Wonderful question. That is a great question. You will know how it feels when it feels right. And it takes exercising what feels wrong and what feels right.
Yun. I like it.
Exercise. Because I think one of the key things in being able to be more self-aware and more honest with yourself is you realize the difference when it's right and wrong, when it's good and bad, when you're lying to yourself and you're staying true to yourself. Yeah. Sometimes it takes a while to exercise that.
Yeah.
And sometimes, honestly, it's very hard to do by yourself. You need someone you trust who absolutely wants the best for you. This is my wife. I am lucky. I am lucky. Because I will tell you now, if I depended on myself to find my barometer of what actually made me happy or what resonated with me, I would be fucking lost. Yeah. Because I'm so good at lying to myself. I know this. This is a weakness that I constantly work on. But my wife, who absolutely just wanted me to be happy, this is why picking the right partner, I think, is so important. Yeah. Who truly just said, I just want you to be happy. I remember our wedding vows. She told me, I'll make sure that you die happy. I'll make sure you die happy. Because she knows how much I get in the way of my own happiness. And I still battle that to this day. I really still do. But I am a work in progress, and I know what I'm working on. And I learn every day, and I'm getting closer to that. And I will get there one day. One of the biggest things that I can do for my life, I would say, is to be able to love my wife and my family the best way I could, as open as I could, to the best of my ability. If I'm able to become that person fully, that would be, I would think, the best thing I can do. Because I know I get in my own way. I know I do. So picking the right person, knowing what feels right, and being able to tell the difference is key. It's a skill, huh? You practice it, huh? Some people are very good. I'm like, you're not happy. No, I'm happy. Putang ina, you're not. Really. And you say this with other people. So I'm saying my key there is, you said, how do you identify? Learn to identify. Learn that by learning the difference. I know how it is when I'm unhappy. I know it is when I'm happy. I know it is when I'm lying to myself. I know how it is when I'm not. I know how the truth feels. I know what a lie feels. I know what feels right. And I know what doesn't feel right. Like, those are the things you exercise.
Thank you for saying that. Pwede ko itong Ellen tulad kasi ito, sobrang weird. Nag-coffee workshop ako.
Oh.
And then when you're tasting coffee, everything tastes okay. Lasang kape, basically. But, ang nangyari is, pinatikim kami ng maling pag-aagawa ng kape at ng tamang pag-aagawa ng kape. And then, mayroong mga mid lang. Alam mo alam mo siya mapait. Pag nauhaw ka after, people give you like yung nagturo sa amin, tinuruan kami ng mga signs para masabing hindi masarap tong kape na to at mali pagkaagawa nito. So we know now what is good and what is bad.
You learned the distinct differences. It's the same thing.
Yep. So do you have to taste the bad things muna?
Absolutely, putang ina. How would you know? How would you know? How would you know? You're just like, oh, it's ano. And like, how do you know?
Yeah.
I know how it feels to lie for yourself. Have you ever lied to yourself? No. I'm an honest person. You have no idea.
Yeah.
Until you lie to yourself, you'll know.
Yeah.
Kailangan ma-experience mo muna.
Ask a child, like, do you know how it feels to lie to yourself? Huh? Do you know darkness? Huh? Putang ina. Like, it's expecting like a child to know what darkness is. They're yet to experience the darkness of this world and this life. But, that's life, bro. It's yin and yang. It's light and dark. It's, diba, positive, negative. Yeah. We are a contradicting species of good and bad. And that's why the human race is in constant conflict, because not everyone figures it out. And even when you do figure it out, the world changes and people change. So it's a constant figuring it out. That's why we're in a conflict. That's why this is the state of the world. Diba? We're always yin and yang and trying to figure out to find that balance.
Ang nag-resonate sobra sa akin yung pag-lie to yourself, because I think I know I experienced that. Parang ganun. Pero katulad niya, pag nag-set ka siguro ng absolute parameters na ito yung pangit yung lasa, ito yung masarap, ito yung maganda, ito yung hindi. That's
hindi na rin authentic.
Better. I think better way of living life in a way. Parang ganun.
You're giving yourself agency. You're giving yourself control. You're giving yourself the ability to manage yourself. And sometimes kasi those are things are really coming from, and this is another thing, if you're emotional, it's so hard to figure out yourself. Kasi nagpapadala ka kung saan, and it feels right kung nagpadala ka. And that, for me, I absolutely know how that feels. Ako nagpadala for 2 years.
Yeah.
Like, I know how, nagpadala ako most of my life. But to stop and be self-aware and be objective, meaning ano bang nararamdaman ko and how do I want to respond in this situation despite of what I'm feeling. That is true power.
Yeah.
Because you're not letting emotions or the external things influence you to how you actually want to respond. Yeah. If someone went to me, putang ina mo, ganito ka, and I'm just like, someone who would respond emotionally, be like, tang ina mo din, tara, patayin kita. Like, that's it. Yeah. But someone I would say objective is like, wait, why are you cussing at me? Ba't ka galit? And then if I'm angry, listen, you just insulted my family. Please stop what you're doing. Yeah. What did you do? That is me angry, but responding with control. And that's the same thing with everything, ha? Anong nararamdaman ko ngayon? I'm gonna chase this dream. Is it really what I want? Is it? Bakit? Because of this. Ay, nasaktan ako. I'm just going through a break. Ginagawa ko to ba dahil doon or dahil dito? Ay, kailangan kong I need to be successful because I want my parents to be proud. Am I doing it because of them? Or am I doing it because it's something I actually want? Yeah. These are the things that take practice. And being able to identify the objective truth without emotion is, I think, one of the key things. Objectivity is a superpower. stoicism, diba?
Oo.
Those things, being able to be neutral and balanced, I think is one of the most important things
Interesting.
that you can learn.
And when you said na emotional ka, Eri, I think
Absolutely, I am.
ang daming taong ganyan. And I think one thing that I learned just recently is hindi mo rin alam pala na emotional ka until
Oh.
you actually like
Because emotional is your neutral.
It's
Emotional
neutral,
is your status quo.
Yeah.
Emotional is your default.
That's why I felt na it's now time for people na maintindihan na maganda talaga magkaroon ka ng support like from other people who are
Family,
smarter
peers.
than you.
Yeah.
It may not be your family. Pwede ngang isang older guy na
Mentor?
experience
Mentor?
may mentor.
Someone who simply just wants to be the best
Exactly.
for you. Like it's hard to find those people, Someone
Okay.
who don't have any biases. And is just there to help you. And you can feel that naman from a person.
Yeah.
Parang,
Yeah.
I'm not doing this because I want you to like me. I'm not doing this because I need something from you.
Yeah.
I'm not doing this for my own agenda. I'm doing this because I truly want to provide something valuable for you.
Yeah.
Finding those people or finding the people that truly just want the best for you, I found it in my wife.
Yeah.
You actually only need one.
Siya lang yung sa'yo.
Yeah.
Stig. Hindi ka ba parang
Yeah.
don't you have like a for sure meron ka din sa relationship mo. Don't you look for someone sa career naman for example, separate or talagang
I do. Pero there are only certain people kasi that I kind of want to be like. So I'm very, very specific.
Yeah.
With
Bilang
those,
lang no? Bilang lang.
bilang lang based on, I think, who I want to be. Kasi if I look at someone definitely more successful to me, has more than me, and has everything more, like has gotten more, pero it's not the type of person I want to be, then why would I take the time to sit down with that person or want to learn that or be open to that person? You're not the type of person I want to be.
Okay.
So I would say if I find that person and this is a person like, oh, fuck, you got it together, bro. I love what you're about. Bro, I'll be the first to want to sit down with that person and be like, I just haven't found a lot that I think align with my type of personality.
Yeah.
And medyo hindi ko nahahanap ng or I would say also, I'm a very private person if you noticed.
Yeah.
I don't, hindi talaga. You see me, I'm not out and about at all the gatherings or anything. I love being home. And I love nurturing the relationship I have.
Yeah.
I love that. To go out kasi and to always nurture other relationships takes time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am the type that wants to nurture the relationships that I already have versus trying to learn more. And it's just me, If you want to nurture like different relationships, that's fine if that's the time of life. But I am the type that likes to keep the circle small. So if your answer, I guess to find that mentor, it has to be one particular one. And I haven't particularly found that person yet.
Interesting.
That's just me as a person.
Yeah.
But I would say other persons who might be more open and might be willing to jump into different things probably will have a better chance of finding that person. I would say there's a pro and con. Pero kung nahanap ko talaga yung person na yun,
Yeah.
I would sit down with you.
Oh.
Kahit 6 hours sila mag-podcast, feeling ko.
Ako meron akong kino-consider ko na mentor in a way na hindi naman talaga niya ako tinuturuan sa mga gagawin ko. Pero nandun siya para sabihin pag mali yung ginagawa ko.
Solid yun.
Tapos diretso, this is si Zen. Basically, tingnan. Shoutout sa'yo, Zen.
Zen?
Nabati namin si Zen. Yeah, you know him.
Zen Angeles.
Zen Angeles.
Yeah.
Si Zé. Okay, yeah, nice.
Yeah.
He's part of this.
He's part of this.
Siya yung namin. Siya yung
Kaya lagi namin siya sinashoutout.
Manonood ka ng Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah.
So,
Really.
yung
I
channel.
see parts of it but never finished it.
okay,
But my
okay.
favorite guy is like Andre, the one who passed away.
Yeah.
Si
Was
Captain
Captain
Holt.
Holt.
Yeah, si Captain Holt.
Zen was our Captain Holt.
Zen's your Captain Holt.
Yeah,
that guy.
basically.
I actually, honestly, with Captain Holt, I kind of resonate a little bit with him.
Yeah.
Like when I see his character, I'm just like, this seems like a guy who, like, I would definitely kind of relate with.
Yeah.
Who else is someone I relate? Trevor Noah is
Trevor
also. That's a guy I relate with a lot.
Yeah.
I would say if I had a spirit animal, if I say I've had a progression,
Trevor
a progression in terms of a hosting identity and style, I think I fall very close to him.
Yeah.
Some people would say Steve Harvey. Actually, no. I'm not as showy as he's very kasi. Trevor actually, oh man, he has a beautiful way of describing things, and I actually really, I really admire that one.
Yeah. It's funny.
Trevor has a way. He has a way.
Yeah. So yung thing namin right now is we're trying to, of course, venture out to
Evolve,
evolve,
basically.
basically.
Sa ginagawa nun.
So, pang ilang episode ba ito?
Fourth na sinunod natin. Kasi
Nice.
parang we felt that esports, we love esports. Until, feeling ko until we die, we're gonna be
Esports
doing
pa
it.
rin, nandun pa rin.
But
You never know.
you never know.
You really never know.
Yeah.
You never know. The people you are now will.
Yeah.
You saying that now, you might not be the type of person that says that 2 years from now.
Totoo naman.
But for me, chase your growth.
Yeah.
Chase what lights a spark in you. If it was esports, great. If it will continue to be esports, great.
Yeah.
But be true to yourself. Like yun lang naman eh. If you're true to yourself and esports is it for you forever, great. But you don't want to box yourself eh.
Yeah.
Yung pinaka nakuha ko. Yung chase a growth, tapos habang chine-chase mo yung growth, habang chine-chase mo yung growth na yun, be true to yourself. Kasi kahit pa paano may madidiscover ka. Na-discover kasi namin, nung pinag-uusapan namin to, like for example, itong concept, nagko-concept kami, parang, anong pag-uusapan natin? Anong type, ano ba? Mag-anime ba tayo? Mag-wrestling, mag-sports ba tayo? Pero na-realize namin, pa nag-uusap tayo laging about life choices eh. Life choices na lang kaya. Kaya, isa ka sa mga naisip namin, you guys.
For those things. And if you truly chase authentic growth and honest growth within yourself, the result with that is constantly reinventing yourself.
Yeah.
But in the best possible way. Because you can reinvent yourself the wrong direction.
Ang galing.
You like reinvent ganito. Next, pucha, ako ba yan? Hindi. It was a projection of what I thought I wanted at the time.
Yeah.
But what we're talking about here is true, authentic growth.
Yeah.
That brings you joy and is true within yourself. And if you do that, the result is simply constantly reinventing yourself.
And it's probably the reason why see Eri was doing the comic thing, comedy doing host. Would you say that every single thing that you did along the way nag-contribute dun sa, well, let's just say success that you have right now?
Absolutely.
And how much?
Absolutely.
How do you filter out the things that don't work, I guess?
You filter out the things that don't work by acknowledging it's like, if it doesn't work, I know I'm unhappy. If it doesn't work, it feels heavy. If it doesn't work, I'm constantly looking at I'm deflated. I'm burnt out. Like, because true things that make you happy, pucha bare, you give other people the job we have, doing what you cast, doing what you do, doing the things that truly light a fire in you. Other people be like, I cannot fucking do that shit. But give them something where like accounting lights a fire in me, cutting grass, coffee. And you look at it, I'm like, if I did that, I would be absolutely miserable. But you look at it in terms of what constantly feels right and good and feels, that it's giving you excitement and joy.
Yeah.
I would say that would know. And if it didn't, that means that there is a lesson that is being presented to me. Because I chase this and sometimes it's the same lesson.
Yeah.
Because you haven't fucking learned it yet. Because you haven't learned it yet. So the lesson will come back in many different versions. Na parang, ito kasi you chased validation. Chased validation.
Kaya may cycle na
because it'll come back. Because you're chasing money over and over and over again until the lesson of chasing money doesn't align. But if you're the type of person that, I am money, I do not care, I will sell my soul for money. Pucham. There are a lot of people who've chased money and have it and have so much of it. But there are certain types of people. And is that right or wrong? I wouldn't say so. I would say it's just what they chose. Yeah. It's the consequences of their choices. It's the results of their choices.
Yeah.
But if you are the type of person that wants to be happy, truly, but you chase money, it doesn't align. Yeah. It doesn't align.
Meron bang mga old videos na pag nakita mo na ginawa mo, like, do you still cringe at it?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Sometimes I have pictures in my head, you're parang,
Pinanood ko yung yung buong series yun eh. Meron siyang series sa YouTube about wedding tips and principles and everything. Pinanood ko lahat. Ibang-iba pa eh. Ibang-iba pa siya.
No, but I love that. That was super helpful. Because
pero ganda.
I have people who still benefit from it. They go back. I watched all your videos. I'm just like,
isa ako doon.
Diba? Then you saw the details. It's very specific. Actually, I have so many updates to those things. I really want to do it. It's just the time. And I know right now this year, I know what my things that I want to focus on this year. I have clear things that I want to do, and that is, if you have ADHD like myself, I'm not using it as a crutch. I never want to use it. It's simply I am the way I am, and I have to find strategies that will work for me.
Yeah.
I want to be able to really set out to do what I want to do on that day. I want to really control my impulses a lot better. Like, guys, I buy a lot of shoes. Do you really think these are all just my decisions? Sometimes they're impulsive.
Si Justin Timberlake, Eri yung
kasi.
Do
nagmumulong
you
sa'yo.
believe in
Shoutout
it's
sa-
oo.
Nike ata yung nagkamali.
No, yun, mga
Kamali,
yun.
no?
I think, but for me, what makes it somewhat okay is I still use it for entertainment.
Yeah.
But buying constant shoes, guys, trust me, that is an impulsive thing, and I am working on it. I'm working on it. And these are the things that I realized, nakala mo normal lang. Then you realize, you pull the curtain over yourself, and you're like, ay puchang ina, that's so unhealthy pala.
Yeah.
And these are the things I'm realizing this year.
Yeah.
And I will realize more things next year.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure.
One thing at a time.
Yeah.
For sure.
Which brings me to one of the last topics naman siguro. Kasi Takusa Wars was great.
It was a spontaneous success.
Congratulations to that. Syempre, additional...
Sana may movie eh. No?
movie. I asked you... siguro in relationship with the egg jokes, parang you guys were making fun of things that siguro naturally nangyayari sa ibang tao. I'm not sure if nangyayari sa inyo yung I don't know if you're takusa or something.
No.
Diba?
No.
Like, but then, so two parts of it. First muna, very quickly lang, is, this is a joke. And are you okay na people knowing na this is a character that you're playing?
Yeah.
You're fine with that?
Because the intent is to entertain.
Yeah.
I'm an entertainer. I know the reason. People know it.
Yeah.
People know. There are those people that think that I'm getting pick on.
Yeah.
But there are most of it, like I would say 90% of the community at this point, that know that I'm really just doing it to make you happy.
Okay.
And I constantly say this.
Okay.
I do it and clarify it every time.
Marami
That's
na bang nag-misinterpret sa kunyari mga jokes nyo? May one time may nangyari parang na ano siya, 'di ba? Parang nainggit siya or parang question niya yung sarili niya dahil dun sa mga parang nabasa ko yun dahil na yung nagsimula yung Takusa Wars, parang flexing ng ano yun ng setup, ganyan. So, parang may mga na ano na parang question niya na yung ako wala akong pera, ganun. Parang nangyari yun, 'di ba?
And then I said I said your wins are yours and yours to celebrate. Like don't compare your journey with others because your journey is your journey.
Yeah.
Enjoy your journey and enjoy your wins because you've 100% earned that.
Yeah.
Like some people it's a new PC, some people it's Jollibee for their family.
Sure.
Some people it's like new shoes.
Yeah.
Some people it's having a full meal that day.
Yeah.
Some people is getting to provide for their family that month. It's all many different things. You celebrate those wins. Those are yours. We are all at different parts in life, but we're all going through life.
Yeah.
And each of your wins and your progressions and your victories are yours and 100% should be celebrated.
Yeah.
Don't take away the joy of your wins just because you're comparing it to another person. Hindi talaga.
Exactly.
It's not You're just all you're doing is like parang you're diminishing the win. You're putting it down.
Yeah.
But why? You're at this point in your life. You got it. It's
Yeah.
you. Celebrate it. Like celebrate it. It's yours. Own it.
Yeah. That's good. And then the next part of it, dun sa Takusa Wars, like,
Are you afraid? Sorry, your question was: are you afraid that people might see me as? You had a question.
yeah, something like that. Na parang,
Natakusa.
Yeah, like pikon, ganun. Tama
no,
ba?
more like,
Sige, mali.
Sige.
siguro yung part
Sige,
na
clarify
parang,
it. Sige.
iko-question ng tao yung authenticity na to. Ay, hindi naman pala ganun si Eri. Parang, ay, character lang pala yun.
No, because I know my intention.
Okay.
I know it. It doesn't matter if they know it. I know it.
Yeah.
I know that the reason I'm doing all of this is to entertain everyone. And that is ultimately who I am.
Okay.
Because I know the truth.
Yeah.
That's why I'm doing it. That's
see.
why I can keep doing it. Because there will always be versions, even if you're doing the absolute truth, people will just look at it the way they want to look at it.
Exactly.
Why would you let them shape? Why
Let
would you
them
let them
judge you.
shape?
Yeah.
No, but let them judge you. But people will judge you.
No matter what.
Like, it's not even let them. I'm just like, it's the truth. People will always misinterpret that another person because they might be projecting what they believe or they have their
Yeah.
own perspectives of life. that's the truth.
Yeah.
That's how it is. It's not even let them. I'm like, they're gonna fucking do it. Regardless if you let them or not, Manji.
Yeah.
People will judge you.
Ang ganda.
They will.
Yun
No,
yan.
but that's the world. Because people
Yeah.
have different perspectives and preferences, and they might project their own preferences on yourself. That's the truth. And that's okay. That's fine. Accept it. That's the way it is. But for me, I personally know what I'm doing it for. I am what I am the reason why I do it. I am my intention.
Okay.
Why you do something is who you are. If you're gonna do it for fame, if I'm doing all of this for fame and all of these things and those things, it'll come out. If I'm doing it for money, it will come out.
Yeah.
I truly know that I'm doing it because I love making people laugh and making people happy and entertaining.
Exactly.
And that is me. And if people, and I know most people see that. That's why the community is what it is.
Yeah.
If not, then it will be constant questioning in the comments.
Yeah.
But it's always constant banter.
Yeah. And maybe nagre-relate din naman to dun sa second question of that one, which is yung how much of the or how much of the takusa is you actually, parang ganun. Like,
This is a great question because we answered this with me and Dino.
Yeah.
I recently uploaded something a few days ago
yeah, I saw
saying
it.
healthy
I saw it.
relationships with our wives.
Exactly.
If Dino was actually the type of person, and Dino also acknowledged this when we were talking, we can do these because we absolutely adore our wives. We have healthy relationships with our wives.
Yeah.
We can make fun of it.
I see.
Like, you really think I'm the type that lies to my wife about the shoes I buy? And no, we have a very open, honest, healthy relationship. But we can make fun of it because there are parts of it that's more fun to make fun of. Like, it's such an easy... But we can because it's really not who we are. Like Nico Bolzico and Solen.
Yeah.
Diba?
They're just fun.
Like, it's like, diba, parang wifezilla.
Wifezilla.
You know Solen's not a wifezilla.
Yeah.
And you can even see it in his book. He had an absolutely lovely thing in Nico's book. He said, this is to how much I adore my wife. You are my biggest blessing. Ganito. I'm so lucky I met someone like you.
Yeah.
But you can see naman that it's coming from a place of love and adoration. And all of those things, yung pagka, if Dino was actually the type of person that says, ako dapat talaga yung masunod, ako yung batas, and vice versa, where I find out that, and Dino finds out that I was the type of person that, hindi, ako dapat makinig kasi ako yung lalaki sa bahay, and it's not an healthy, open, mutual, respectful relationship, we wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't be,
Parang ganun.
and it wouldn't be what it is.
And
It wouldn't be what it is, guys. Takosa Wars wouldn't be what it is if it wasn't
I agree.
coming from those places.
Can I just say though, some of it ay so parang sobrang based niya sa real life, nangyayari talaga siya.
Kasi yung mararamdaman mo, yung iba kasing content skits, alam mong for the content.
for the content.
Yung sa kanila kaya nakakatawa kasi parang, uy, parang,
Is it real?
Is it real? Yun, parang ganun.
And you guys know me.
Yeah.
That is me.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love that. Where you can never know.
You can never know.
Like, is it? You don't know because it's really coming from a truth.
Yeah.
Like it's like that for me is the funniest.
Yeah.
You don't know it. Like you don't know. Like a lot of bits on esports, you kinda didn't know.
Yeah, for sure.
May mga times kasi na pag pinapanood ko yung TikTok naman ng wife mo, naririnig ko talaga, natatawa talaga kasi siya minsan dun sa mga pang-aasar.
And you don't doubt that me and my wife love each other.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
For sure.
Because if you doubted it, then there's something wrong.
Yeah, I would have easily unsubscribed. Kung I would have cringed dun sa mga nangyayari, but everything was just funny. Especially yung raffle talaga.
Yeah,
Kasi
but
it's funny because I saw other people do it. You know?
But did you feel it?
And I didn't feel it from you.
Yeah.
Parang ganon.
But I mean, I would say our thing kasi comes from, we have, honestly, yung kalbo, yung hustisya para sa kalbo, and all of those things, I really, really honestly credit it to what made it viral is not the joke in itself. It was actually the relationship with my wife.
Yeah.
Because all of those things were actually batuhans with my wife.
Oo
She
nga.
was as much a part of the virality than just me.
Yeah.
I was doing certain jokes, but it was always the laugh of my wife.
Yeah.
I actually think the pandemic actually, like, and I say this with absolute understanding, there was a hard time for everyone.
Yeah.
I really got to see the pure of like, I just love being home. I was
Yeah.
so happy. And you really saw that part of me and my wife during those times. I was really just so happy to be around them every day. And I consider it a blessing. And I was in a very privileged position to be able to do that. Yeah. And I recognize that. But that's what you saw, honestly. I think that reflected.
Ganda nitong podcast na to. Kasi yung target natin about evolution.
Evolution, reinvention.
Majority of it is just maintaining your good relationship with people that matter to you.
Yeah, and maintaining a really good, truthful, healthy relationship with yourself.
Yeah.
Galing. Marami po salamat. Nakalimutan ko yung kailangan pala sa isang intro, family man. Eri Neeman. Maraming salamat. Meron akong final
Sige.
Let's end the debate right here, right now. End the debate.
Okay.
Ano ang best luto ng itlog? For Eri Neeman.
Oh, wow.
For Eri Neeman.
You end with this.
Okay.
We started with this, we end with
this.
Okay.
Best. Oh, that's so good.
Best luto ng itlog and why? Okay.
I can eat scramble all the time. Boiled. Hard-boiled.
Hard-boiled.
Why? Because you can use it as a snack. You can sprinkle it and you can turn it into egg salad. You can even turn it into potato salad.
Okay.
You can even turn it into certain types of different things if you boil an egg. But if you scramble an egg, it's just scrambled egg.
Okay.
Boiled egg can give you many different versions of it. And
can you raise it up until this level? Para makita ng camera.
Champion.
Pwedeng batuhin sa mukha niyo. Pwede kong banto, ha?
Champion.
Ang lalim ng pinag-usapan natin, binalik mo sa itlog. Lahat reinvention, truth, lahat. So, to end, what scrambled type of egg or what egg? I'm just like, putang inang lalim na balik sa itlog. What?
Kasi pwede mong i-reinvent yung
hard-boiled.
Correct.
Correct. Ayan na, guys. Alam nyo na. Clip that. Best luto ng itlog for Eri Neeman is hard-boiled egg.
But to go back, I think reinvention was the main thing about this, diba? If you stay true to yourself and you stay authentic to yourself and how you want to grow, the result with that is, I would say, true reinvention. That is actually good for you.
I agree.
Marami pong salamat, Sir Eri.
Meron ka bang mga last shoutouts dyan? Or,
shout out to my wife. Shout out to my family. I miss you guys. I'll see you guys later.
Yun. Alright, guys. Abangan nyo si Sir Eri Neeman, especially sa mga nabook niya this year and of course sa iba't iba pang events. Go ahead and follow Balete99, our channel sa lahat ng mga social media, Facebook, Instagram. Wala pa kaming TikTok. Wala pa
ba? Sige.
Gagawa kami ng TikTok. Follow nyo si Wolf. Follow nyo si Manjean Valdas. Ako yun. And
Eri.
Sir Eri, of course.
Eri Neeman at all?
At all, yeah. At Eri Neeman at all. And thank you to the lovely community we have. I look forward to just keep growing with everyone. They're as much as part of the success as, all of this. So I appreciate them.
All right. Yun. That's it. Alamin natin ang ating mga sarili even more. Let's try to evolve and let's eat hard-boiled egg after this.
Best luto.
Thank you so much.
Ang gago na.